All right, people, what have we learned?
No one can handle crimes against children.
Yeah, and lesson 2, get out after 2 years.
3, no one can handle the children.
Specifically, here.
Ryan Davies, 8. A couple of kids playing touch football found his body in the woods behind the playing field.
Naked from the waist down, signs of sexual assault.
Ligature marks around his neck, bruises covered his body.
No signs of a struggle, no weapon, no evidence was found at the scene.
Only a shallow grave?
The marshes behind the field are pretty expansive. The crime most likely happened there.
We'll keep uniforms walking the marshes looking for evidence.
His parents reported him missing 40 hours before the body was found.
Time of death, Friday night, approximately 5 p.m.
Any idea what caused the bruises?
Yeah, a hand. The marks were round and varied from 1/2 inch to 3 inches in diameter.
Parents have a history of abuse?
Babysitter, uncle.
Teachers, coaches.
I'll check out the adults in his life. Search the neighborhood for registered sex offenders.
Any recent abductions in the neighborhood?
Not that we know of.
Kid's body was transported from A to B and left in a shallow grave.
Transporting the body, leaving it exposed. Hallmarks of a stranger.
Last time the parents saw him was after school. He went to a comic book shop in search of Pokemon cards.
He never made it there.
Who lets an 8-year-old out alone?
You know, you watch over him 24 hours a day, you wind up with safe little neurotics.
Well, let's canvass the neighborhood, right?
Why the playing field?
I don't understand.
Why do you ride your bike by the playing field?
Aside from the fact that it's beautiful. Okay. I love city parks. You get a sense of history. Central Park was a sheep meadow before Olmsted and Calvert Vaux transformed it into...
Usually only kids hang out by the playing field.
I see. It's unusual for a grown man to hang out where kids play.
Some may say inappropriate.
It's a public space. I ride through the fields on my way home from work. Helps me clear my mind.
What do you do, Mr. Turbot?
I work at the recycling center. I sort out the plastic bottles. The clear from the colored, the green, the red.
And you ride your bike to and from work?
Absolutely. It's better for the environment. Imagine the air in this city if people rode their bikes everywhere. I've got a great old bike, a classic cruiser. I keep it covered up out back. I think someone must be jealous of it. It's been moved, the chain stolen, you name it.
It's a tough city.
It is.
Well, we're investigating the murder of a young boy. His body was found at the playing field.
Oh, no.
Did you see anybody on your way home these last few days?
No.
Friday night, you go straight home?
Friday night? No, I went to the tavern. Had a few drinks.
You like to drink?
No, no. It's my stamp collection.
You recognize anyone?
Number 3.
Number 3. He was riding his bike by the school the day Ryan Davies disappeared.
Are you sure, son? That's all for now.
Friday night, I was at the tavern.
So you said. Anyone see you?
I would guess so.
What were you doing there?
I had just acquired the inverted Jenny, number C3A. The airplane, upside down, 24 cents. It was in poor condition, but it was a remarkable deal. And I wanted to celebrate.
You know Ryan Davies?
Who?
What'd you drink at the tavern?
Black and tan.
Who'd you talk to?
Some guys. I played cards.
What kind?
Penny Annie.
With whom?
I don't know their names. I usually keep to myself.
I need to talk to you. In his precinct, there are 9 registered sex offenders. I went through their files.
And only one of the sex offenders' MOs matched this case.
Turbot was convicted 11 years ago. He did his time, was paroled. He filled out his paperwork with the sex offender monitoring unit within the 10 days as required. And he's been in the neighborhood, well, about a year.
What was he convicted of?
He re-registers every 90 days as required by law.
What was he convicted of?
Child molestation. A boy. A boy 2 months older than Ryan Davies.
This Dr. Greenblatt is different from Turbitt's prison psychologist.
No, she was handpicked by the DA's office.
Look, you ask enough doctors, you'll get the opinion you want.
You're not very comfortable with the idea of a psychiatric review, are you?
I'm not comfortable with situational ethics.
Bill, you can explain that last question to me instead of writing it out if you like.
Okay. When I saw the photos from the crime scene was my apartment. I couldn't believe when they told me it was me who had done that. Me. The scratches on the wall, carpet that's squished with blood. It looked like an animal had been in my place.
Did you fantasize about what you'd done?
It was the drugs. My biggest fantasy before that was maybe sitting by the window and waiting for the lady across the air shaft to take off her blouse.
Do you feel remorse for what you did to Christopher?
Not a day's gone by where the thought of that boy doesn't go through my head. But I don't remember a single minute of it. It's like watching a whole movie. You don't remember the birthday itself, but you see the movie often enough and it becomes the memory. You know what I mean?
There are 2 Billies involved in this.
I don't know what scared me more. What had been done to the boy, or that the person who had done it was me. I just had no idea I was capable of doing that. But you never know, do you?
You're the court-appointed psychiatrist who's done extensive work at the Avenal Correctional Facility in New Jersey. Is that correct?
Yes.
Could you describe Avenal for us, please?
It's a maximum security prison for violent sex offenders.
And during Mr. Turbitt's 12-year incarceration at Avenal, did he ever attack a fellow inmate sexually?
Not to my knowledge.
Not a guard, a psychiatrist.
No.
No, so because of this one crime, for which my client paid his debt to society.
And which, to an extreme degree of likelihood, he will repeat.
In your opinion. In fact, Doctor, isn't this whole legislation nothing but a cheesy end run around a cherished legal concept of double jeopardy?
Not in my opinion.
Oh, come on, Dr. Greenblatt. He was sane enough when he was convicted and served his sentence. Isn't it pretty damn convenient that he'd be declared insane now so you can put him away again? And that's just plain unconstitutional.
Miss Kreutzer, we take your point.
Thank you, Judge.
In fact, I need time to review the proposed statute. We'll reconvene tomorrow. Until then, Mr. Turbitt, you're a free man.
You did fine.
In Ryan's neighborhood alone, there were 9 sex offenders.
You don't have children. You don't understand.
You don't have to have children to understand double jeopardy.
You want guys like Turbin playing on your swing set?
You want to lock them all up?
Yeah, I do.
Where does it stop?